And he just needs a beat down, needs humbling. And instead of eating cheeseburgers, I'm going to feed him some humble pie.
It's something that we took very seriously and something that a lot of work has gone into, and obviously it hasn't been resolved. And
Anthony Joshua has officially filed a lawsuit against Jake Paul over his role in the crash. And trust me, this isn't small news. It's the kind that ripples hard, sending shockwaves through the entire boxing world right now. He's finally calling out the recklessness, the ego-driven antics left unchecked for far too long, making it painfully clear that accountability still matters inside this sport. Unlike Jake Paul, who keeps skating past consequences, Anthony Joshua lives with real danger and serious responsibility every single day, showing fans around the world what true responsibility and real integrity actually look like in boxing today. This isn't social media beef or Twitter drama. This is real legal action, proof Joshua is done playing games with people who treat boxing like another content opportunity for their YouTube channels, and the consequences are arriving faster than anyone expected.
Talking about, oh, he's this, he's that, I said, but why are you worrying about what someone else has done? What have you done as a fighter to kind of boost your ego?
Eddie Hearn confirms that legal action has been taken, and that alone feels huge because it shows Anthony Joshua isn't just talking anymore. He's actively holding Jake Paul accountable through real legal channels, not tossing insults online like so many others do. This isn't about stirring drama or chasing clicks for quick engagement. This is about real responsibility, about making sure reckless behavior that puts lives at risk finally meets real consequences. While the Paul brothers keep profiting from chaos and controversy, treating every situation like another viral moment, Anthony Joshua is moving with purpose, using the legal system properly to make sure justice is actually served, proving that discipline and professionalism don't stop when the bell rings. This is the line that separates real champions from internet personalities playing dress-up as fighters. And once you see it, the contrast couldn't be more obvious to anyone truly paying attention.
and he wouldn't do so. So we filed a lawsuit against him, and we'll leave it in the hands of the lawyers.
This situation quickly sums up the pure chaos that Jake Paul leaves wherever he goes. And now Paul is finally realizing that Anthony Joshua isn't playing games or entertaining petty social media feuds. Filing a lawsuit is Anthony Joshua's way of setting things straight once and for all, showing the world the clear difference between real champions who earned their place through blood, sweat, and years of dedication, and internet clowns who believe buying their way into boxing makes them legitimate fighters. This is the reality check that Paul desperately needed, and it's coming from someone who truly commands respect inside the boxing community. The fact that Joshua is taking legal action instead of firing back with tweets or Instagram posts shows a level of seriousness that should make everyone stop, look closer, and pay attention to what's really happening here.
I talk bullshit, but where does he go from here? What does he do? I'm not even arsed, man. I can't be arsed with this bullshit anymore, this clown world. It's a joke shop. It's just a big fucking... It's just an absolute...
Logan Paul tries to joke about the situation, but those forced laughs only shine a brighter light on just how reckless and dangerous Jake Paul has truly been with his actions and the chaos he drags around himself. Anthony Joshua survived a near-fatal accident born from that recklessness, from the wild atmosphere the Pauls create for attention, clicks, and content at any cost. While the Paul brothers laugh it off, playing around and treating everything like harmless entertainment for their channels, Anthony Joshua is dealing with real, life-threatening consequences that could have ended his career or even worse, his life. This lawsuit is long overdue, and now it's showing the world that actions come with real consequences, and that clowns who treat boxing like a playground or a social media stunt will finally be held accountable for the damage they cause. The days of getting away with reckless behavior just because you have millions of followers are coming to an end, at least when it comes to Anthony Joshua's patience and his willingness to let anything slide.
Obviously, what was it, about an hour ago? So I guess everything's calmed down a little bit. I thought it was a bitch move, if I'm honest, because anytime an attack like that is like premeditated.
Eddie Hearn points out the calculated recklessness behind Jake Paul's actions this entire time. And once you really step back and look at it, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Anthony Joshua didn't just survive some random accident that could have happened to anyone. He went through something that felt almost premeditated, born from the dangerous environment and chaotic atmosphere Paul deliberately created and continues to fuel. And right there, you see the real divide between fighters who respect the sport and understand its dangers and internet clowns who see boxing as nothing more than another chance for viral content and engagement numbers. Joshua's decision to respond with a lawsuit proves he carries a level of discipline and accountability Jake Paul has never shown throughout his entire career. A lesson Jake Paul is now about to learn the hard way, because legal action isn't something you can laugh off or turn into a YouTube response video. Fans are finally starting to see the truth behind the chaos and manufactured drama, and exactly why Anthony Joshua deserves full respect not just as a fighter, but as a man who takes responsibility seriously and refuses to tolerate recklessness that puts lives in danger.
As AJ said, and everybody knows, he's not a real boxer. There's levels to this game, and he was way out of his level, way out of his depth.
Duke McKenzie exposes Jake Paul's limitations perfectly, slicing straight through the hype and promotional noise to show what's really happening here. Anthony Joshua survived a truly life-threatening moment that could have ended in tragedy, while Paul remains, at his core, a content creator playing fighter, using money and promotion to manufacture credibility he never earned through real competition. This accident reveals the true cost of recklessness and what happens when boxing is treated like entertainment without respecting the danger it carries. Anthony Joshua proves that real fighters live with real consequences and understand the weight of their actions, while Paul feeds on manufactured chaos and social media clout without ever facing real accountability. This lawsuit is about to teach him that pretending to be dangerous and actually being a legitimate fighter are two very different things. And it's going to humble his ego in a way no Twitter beef or YouTube drama ever could. This is reality finally catching up to someone who's been running from it for far too long.
Didn't do anything for his career, for his bank account, everything, for his development. I don't think he did anything for his development because he didn't have somebody in front of him that wanted to test his development.
Johnny Nelson highlights the hollow core behind Jake Paul's career moves and flashy promotional stunts, peeling back the image to expose what's really there. While Anthony Joshua stared down real life or death consequences that put everything into sharp focus, Paul walks away with nothing but ego boosts and social media engagement from carefully manufactured controversies and hand-picked opponents. Real fighters risk everything each time they step into the ring. And this crash wasn't some random accident out of nowhere. It was the direct result of a careless environment and reckless atmosphere Paul deliberately created for attention and content. Anthony Joshua is now showing the world the proper response: professionalism, accountability, and real legal action, not insults traded online or diss tracks made for clicks. Fans can finally see who truly respects the sport and treats it with the seriousness it deserves, and who turns it into a circus or a reality TV show built on controversy. The Paul brothers' antics and their entire approach to boxing now have real consequences attached, and it's long overdue that someone with Joshua's stature and legitimacy stepped in to hold them accountable.
I mean,
that's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way.
He would be dead. Probably,
no
or fucking severely.
Joe Rogan emphasizes just how close Anthony Joshua truly came to death in this moment. And once the details surface, it becomes terrifying to even imagine how differently this could have ended. This wasn't luck or simple good fortune keeping him alive. It was surviving the fallout of chaos and recklessness that Jake Paul directly fueled through his actions and the toxic environment he constantly creates. Paul's antics and his entire approach to boxing put real lives in danger, while he laughs from the sidelines counting money, treating it all like another episode in his endless content series. Anthony Joshua beat impossible odds and is now moving decisively through the legal system, showing fans everywhere that accountability still matters and that there are limits to what behavior will be tolerated. This lawsuit isn't about money or payouts. It's a powerful statement that reckless behavior, clout chasing, and fake bravado in boxing will no longer be accepted by those who actually care about the sport's integrity. This is Joshua drawing a clear line in the sand, saying enough is enough to the circus atmosphere that social media influencers have been dragging into boxing and calling content.
They're hustlers. They're just trying to be smart. So for AJ, this is about AJ, how he deals with it. He's got to stay focused, on point, respect Jake Paul as though he's on the same level as him.
And then it really hits home because Johnny Nelson absolutely nails it when he says that anyone who truly understands boxing knows Anthony Joshua operates in a completely different league than Jake Paul. Jake Paul is inflated by his own delusion and an army of fans who don't understand real boxing, not by real skill, preparation, or legitimate accomplishments against quality opponents. The Paul brothers survive on clout and manufacture chaos. But real boxing has always been about discipline, dedication, years of sacrifice, and facing real consequences, things Anthony Joshua lives and breathes every single day of his life. Filing this lawsuit shows Joshua is no longer willing to tolerate recklessness and dangerous behavior, drawing a clear line that cannot be crossed without consequences. Fans can finally see who truly deserves respect in this sport, a champion who survives real danger and protects his legacy in boxing's integrity versus an internet entertainer feeding on nonsense and staged controversy. The Paul brothers are now being forced to confront the reality of their actions and the consequences of treating boxing like just another social media platform. And Anthony Joshua's response is firm, fair, and absolutely decisive in a way that can't be ignored or laughed away.
Shouldn't happen, but we don't know. As with all these things, there's always a grey area, isn't there? But,
Adam Smith points out that some boxing controversies and promotional tactics live in a gray area. But Anthony Joshua makes it crystal clear that certain lines cannot be crossed, and Jake Paul's recklessness crossed them without question. This lawsuit isn't about debating opinions or twisting interpretations of events. It's about holding someone accountable for actions that put lives in real danger. Fans are finally seeing the stark contrast between a true fighter who earned every ounce of his reputation through years of dedication and a clout-chasing amateur who bought his way into boxing with YouTube money and followers. Joshua survived genuine, life-threatening danger while Paul laughed it off, probably plotting how to turn the chaos into content. Now Joshua is showing the world that actions carry real consequences, far beyond social media drama. It's a powerful message. Ego and chaos don't go unpunished when real lives are at stake, and when someone with Joshua's stature decides to act. Anthony Joshua proves that integrity and responsibility always outweigh fake bravado, and that being famous is not the same as being respected in the boxing world.
What happened, obviously it's a tragic incident. 2 people have lost their lives. It's a horrific moment. I thought the reporting of it yesterday, I've read and obviously got in contact with his management team straight away. I thought the reporting of it was responsible, not speculative.
Gareth A. Davies highlights the tragedy of the situation and the careful coverage that truly shows the gravity of what Anthony Joshua survived and endured. Unlike the Paul brothers, who thrive on exaggeration, manufactured drama, and chaos crafted for views and engagement, Joshua faced real danger and potential loss that could have ended his life or career forever. The contrast between these approaches to boxing couldn't be clearer if it were designed on purpose. One side respects life, truth, and the serious nature of the sport, while the other exploits every moment for content, clicks, and social media relevance with zero regard for consequences. Filing a lawsuit drives home that accountability matters, sending a crystal clear message that reckless behavior in boxing carries real consequences far beyond bad press or online backlash. Fans now see Joshua as a champion in every sense, inside the ring and beyond. Someone who handles tragedy with integrity, dignity, and proper legal action, while clowns profit from chaos without ever facing the responsibility for the damage they caused.
AJ's life. And it's so crazy to think that over a week and a half ago, he was on top of the world. Apparently, he'd pocketed $92 million from his Jake Paul fight. The American audience was in love with him. His star was bigger than ever. And then just yesterday, we see footage like this of AJ being pulled from the wreckage in a situation where if he'd just sat on the other side of the car, they wouldn't have been pulling.
The Pain Game highlights the brutal contrast between fame and survival, between social media popularity and real-world consequences that no publicist can fix. Anthony Joshua went from chasing massive paydays and standing on top of the world to literally fighting for his life, all because of the recklessness swirling around the Paul brothers and the dangerous environment they cultivate. While Jake Paul basks in hype promotional opportunities and online engagement, Joshua faces consequences Paul can't even fathom, having never experienced anything remotely close. This incident exposes who truly faces danger in boxing and who earns respect through action and character, not just through flashy promotion and follower counts. Filing the lawsuit proves Joshua holds people accountable, showing fans everywhere that real champions protect their lives and legacy with more than just tough talk and Instagram posts. The Paul brothers thrive on spectacle and manufactured controversy, but Joshua thrives on discipline, courage, and justice, taking decisive action through proper channels. The world can now clearly see the difference between fake bravado and a true fighter's mindset, between someone playing a role for content and someone who actually lives the life of a professional athlete, with all its dangers and responsibilities.
Really be there for them and the family, anything they need. You know, sometimes when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure, obviously, they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are safe and happy and happy.
Eddie Hearn highlights Anthony Joshua's humanity and sense of responsibility, qualities that set him apart in this entire situation. Unlike Jake Paul, who thrives on clout and chaos, treating every moment like content for his next video, Joshua makes sure that those affected by tragedy are genuinely supported and protected. This goes far beyond boxing or promotional tactics. It's about character, integrity, and accountability in action, revealing who someone truly is when the stakes are highest. The lawsuit sends a clear message that recklessness carries consequences far beyond social media backlash or bad publicity. Real legal and financial consequences exist for creating dangerous situations. Fans see Joshua as a true champion, someone who values people over publicity, substance over clicks, and takes action when it matters instead of just talking. The Paul brothers' antics are laid bare as shallow and hollow, while Joshua proves that real strength lies in courage, care, and ensuring justice is served, not just in the ring, where he fights, but in life, where he must face the fallout of other people's reckless behavior.
This is an unbelievable loss. Sinna and Latif are two incredible people who are not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery. Stay strong, champion.
Alexander Usyk's words reveal the tragic human cost behind Anthony Joshua's recent ordeal, and when you feel the weight of what happened, it hits even harder. Two loyal friends from his inner circle lost their lives in this nightmare, while Joshua survived against impossible odds when fate could have easily taken a darker turn. It's a stark reminder of the dangers Jake Paul's reckless action stirred, creating chaos far beyond bruised egos or social media spats. While the Paul brothers thrive on hype, drama, and clout, treating life like content, Joshua faced life-or-death stakes with courage most couldn't summon under such pressure. Filing the lawsuit is a bold stand, protecting his legacy while sending a clear warning. Recklessness has real consequences. Fans now witness the difference between a true champion who cherishes loyalty, life, and accountability, and internet clowns who profit from drama without feeling its weight. Every statement, every action shows Joshua's resilience and leadership, proving he's admired not just as a fighter, but as a human being. Coverage of his accident reveals just how close he came to catastrophic injury, even brain damage that could have ended everything. This isn't a story spun for clicks or hype. It's raw reality, intensified by the dangerous environment Jake Paul deliberately cultivates for attention. The Paul brothers profit from chaos, posting memes and clips while someone's life teeters on the edge. Joshua's survival highlights his courage, awareness, and discipline, standing in stark contrast to the shallow bravado of Paul, who has never faced stakes this grave. Filing a lawsuit shows Joshua refuses to let recklessness go unchecked, proving accountability matters as much as skill, maybe more. The accident has shown the public Joshua's strength outside the ring too, handling grief, loss, and legal battles with dignity few could maintain. Now the Paul brothers face the consequences of their carelessness, learning that some people won't let drama slide without demanding real responsibility.
The days where he could get seriously hurt. I don't believe Josh would have. I believe Josh might have some.
Tony Bello perfectly captures the gravity of what Anthony Joshua endured. Days teetering near serious injury, a moment that is not a stunt or promotional trick. It was genuinely life-threatening, a reality that Jake Paul's reckless antics indirectly fueled through chaos and careless actions. While the Paul brothers chase ego, hype, and social media clout, treating boxing like another stage for content, Joshua moves through real danger with courage and composure born from years of experience and true character. His compassion, resilience, and calm under pressure set him apart from clout-chasing entertainers who've never faced the fallout of their own choices. Filing a lawsuit ensures responsibility is enforced and proves that dangerous actions have consequences, showing Joshua's unwavering commitment to accountability. Fans have now seen the stark contrast. A true champion faces consequences head-on and values life and integrity above likes and engagement, while the Paul brothers exploit moments for fame with no comprehension of the harm they cause. Joshua's strength outside the ring rivals his power inside it, and this moment will define his legacy as a fighter whose respect extends far beyond boxing, a man who stands for what is right, no matter the cost or backlash.